This week, I met Kelly Banish in her newly adopted hometown of Brooks, Alberta. Brooks is about 2 hours east of Calgary. It's quintessentially small-town Alberta, with a foot in agriculture and the other one planted firmly in oil and gas. I met Kelly and her friends Tracy Joy and Pamela Steele at the local coffee shop that on Wednesday afternoon also doubled as their office. You see, Kelly just set up a nonprofit organization called Oil People Helping Oil People to address the challenges she was seeing in her small town since the Alberta economy has tumbled into recession. Kelly told me she's trying to take care of oil patch families. Just listen.
We should be taking care of our oil families, not disrespecting them because, they have a Skidoo and shouldn't have bought it. I think people are pretty much tired of the finger waving that's going on. You shouldn't have bought that Skidoo. You shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that. It's making people feel like they've been punished for having done well for a while. And that's just not the right way to be treating people in your community that have given so much to your community. Yes, oil and gas people have done well, but they have also paid property taxes and contributed to your infrastructure. They've also created all the commerce that goes on around town. They've also kept other charities alive for years and enriched the community. And so here we are now in a position where these families are actually being disrespected, and they're being sort of, thrown to the lions as to where they're going to be able to go to get services and what kinds of things that they can access. So we want to create a doorway that they can go through. We feel like there's a division in our community. Some of the oil and gas people feel like literally they're having rocks thrown at them. That, haha, you made a lot of money and now look where you are, They don't realize that these folks have high overhead, and when they go down fast. And we need to be there to catch them. And that's what we're trying to create.
Now, I asked Kelly to explain to me who exactly were the people and faces behind Oil People Helping Oil People.
As far as our team is concerned, these are people that stepped up to the plate. We did not go looking for people. They came to us, which was wonderful. So for instance, one of our local journalists said, I can help you put a face to this. So that was wonderful. All of our legals are being done pro bono, and that's, she's a wonderful lady. Her name is Sarah Bisbee, and I think she ran for mayor here a couple of years ago. Well, she did. And she's a lovely lady. And she's been helping us. And then also, we have a company in town, and it's called JMH. And they're a very progressive company, and they really encourage their chartered accountants to get involved in the community. And so we were really lucky, and we were able to get Nicole Gardner, who is a chartered accountant, and a couple of other degrees parked on her business card, but she's a smart cookie. And we got a visual communications person, a PR person, a self-taught graphic artist, and just people that care. We've got a couple of people on our team that are advisors, and they're just caring people, and they want to see this succeed for the community. The only money I have spent on this so far is $17, and that was for my day timer.
Now, isn't that so Albertan? It's just regular people lending their skills to help other Albertans in need, however they can. This is exactly who we are, isn't it? Now, I asked Kelly to explain some of the challenges oil families are facing in Brooks and frankly across the entire province here.
What we're facing in our community basically is unprecedented levels of unemployment. One of the numbers we heard was 178% increase in unemployment in our area. And I'm not just pulling numbers out of a hat. I believe that was based on EI statistics. And that doesn't even account for the contractors, which is a huge group of people actually that are falling through the cracks and not getting help. There's issues with increases in suicide. Families are increasing their debt. So this is a problem, and we know this in our community because our community is small. It's not like when I lived in Calgary, and I walked out my front door and into 1.2 million people, and so problems like this were buried behind the numbers. And it was quiet, and you never knew. In an area like Brooks or, the Newell region, you walk out your front door, hop into your car, and get to the gas station, you've already bumped into 3 people that that are hurting. So that lends itself to, there's a feel in town. It's a bit grim.
Now, Kelly explained to me what her organization plans to do and just how they plan to do it.
But our outreach program would consist of 3 different parts. One would be a comprehensive dietary program where we're actually giving the mothers, I say the mothers, but dads shop too, the mothers grocery gift cards so that we can put those choices into their hands of what they want to feed their kids. Young kids nowadays have all kinds of allergies. So by giving them these cards, they can make these choices for themselves. And we plan to supplement that even with some other local food type programs. But for now, it's gift cards. Also, gas cards. What if a gentleman maybe is going to go do some retraining and he lives in Brooks, but he wants to go to, let's say, Medicine Hat to get his Class 1? Well, how's he going to get there? So we want to be able to provide gas cards for that individual. The other part is so many people have lost their health plans, their group plans. They have no insurance, and if they don't have like Alberta Healthcare's or not Alberta Healthcare, Blue Cross, they literally have no prescription coverage. So we want to, as part of our outreach program, give them assistance to pay for that medication. We are going to be approaching for funding, and we're not asking for a handout. All we're asking for is to fund us into a way to help ourselves. We can do this. We've got this. We just need a little bit of help. But we're facing 2 years at least, that's what they say, 2 years worth of grim times. And we want to help people now, and we want to build a sustainable model for the future. And we want to be able to roll that out in the form of chapters in other counties and municipal districts throughout Alberta.
Kelly is plucky and determined and goal-oriented and everything us prairie women tend to be. She saw a gap in services, and instead of waiting around for someone else to do something, for another person to jump up and fill that need, she stepped up and stood in the gap. Now, I hope she finds the financial support she needs to bring relief to some oil patch families. She certainly got her work cut out for her. Check her out at helpingoilpeople.org. But like Kelly says, she just might be crazy enough to pull this off. Just listen.
And some people say, well, oh, that lady, she's crazy. This will never happen. Who's going to help a bunch of oil and gas workers? They got lots of money. We're not crazy. But if it takes crazy to get done, then you know what? Bat crazy is what you'll get.
Let's never forget who we are. We are Albertans, and anyone who underestimates us doesn't understand us. We are innovators, we are wealth creators, and we are survivors. We will get through these trying times ahead, and we will do it together, because we always have. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid.